Hi, my name is Simone Jardim, and we are here in Valencia Bonita today, Bonita Springs, Florida, to give you some tips on the new and improved Pickleball Tutor, the Plus. And I hope you have fun watching these tips and hopefully learning how to use some of these drills at home. All right, so now what we're going to do is all of us here are going to be working on the ground stroke. Again, sometimes as a coach, for me, I do feed a lot of balls, but with the ball machine, I can actually be closer to my students. So that way, instead of being on the other side of the court feeding the ball, I let the ball machine do its job and I can be here making adjustments with the technique. So now we're gonna be working on our ground strokes. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the forehand. First thing is making sure that we're not taking big swings. So I know tennis, I come from tennis, that loop, it was a lot of fun for tennis, get a lot of topspin with that. However, because the court is so small here, that a lot of the times we don't have time. You wanna make sure that your take back is smaller, if we can, preparation nice and early. The same expression that I use in tennis, I use in pickleball, ready at the bounce. Meaning that whenever the ball bounces, our paddle is back here ready to go. For me, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest adjustments that I had to make is that I go to my semi-western grip when I go to the forehand, just like I do in tennis. But the biggest thing is taking my paddle through the ball longer. In tennis, I can come across and whip it, but because of the strength, I'm still able to get that topspin. However, in pickleball, if you do that, where do you think the ball is gonna go?
Nowhere.
Straight down into the ground. So, because again, you're talking about a piece of material. So you must take the ball through 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pronate and finish over. I am trying to keep, my hips are, I'm gonna use more core here. I'm gonna use more legs. So as I go through, my hips are gonna come through. I am not super close stance. I'm not fully open. I'm semi-open, generating some power from the ground up. As I come through the face of my paddle, because of that semi-western grip, it is down a little bit, and that's why I need to stay through the ball longer. As I come through, pronation happens, which my hand brushes over, under and over the ball. Not an easy skill, not an easy thing to do, but it's the best way that that ball stays nice and low with tons of power and it stays in. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna hit a couple here. And I'm not, at the beginning, I really want you guys to think about not really hitting through it, but just like not trying to overpower it. It's more about technique, and then we can put more power with head acceleration. Okay, so again, I'm really working on staying through that ball. There you go. And getting my topspin, okay? Ooh, I like this. Okay, so again, as I'm coming through, I wanna make sure that I get underneath the ball. Unfortunately, this is the part where you gotta use your legs, okay? You are going to be coming under the ball, bring your hand underneath it and brush the ball. We're gonna go back to oscillation. We're gonna have 2 lines. I want you to hit 2 and then rotate, okay? 2 each, and then the next one comes in. So, ready? Who's up first? Good. Oh, that big swing. There you go. That's it, good. And brush that ball. Make sure you're brushing it. There you go, that's okay. And again, up. Oh, that wind. Good. Good. Got it. That's it. And really take it through. Remember, I need that paddle to go through the ball longer. Go. That's it. So extend, make it, so it's gotta be, but that's because you gotta, your grip is a little bit like almost like a Western. So I really need you to open up a little bit more and follow through. Watch that ball. Okay, and it's just getting caught a little bit. Prepare a little earlier. Go, early and go. That's it. Okay, as soon as that ball comes, be ready. Take that paddle back, be ready, early prep. Even earlier, take that paddle back. There you go, now we're talking. Ah. There you go. Nice, better. Good. That's it, now we're talking. Okay, now we're gonna get a good one. Good. Good, very good. Early, nice, that was good. Yeah, so that's the one that is quick and you're just brushing it. It's not gonna go anywhere. Yeah, Brad, you gotta stay down. Stay down. Good. Stay down and brush. There you go. That's very good. Nice, Michelle. Good, Josh. Better. Hold on, Kalindi. Yeah. Good. And really now as you go, that's it. Good. And then follow through. Make that stroke long. That's it. I really need you guys to make that stroke very long. That's it. A word that I use that I never use, elongate your stroke. Make sure that it's following through, nice and out in front. So now we're gonna be working on our backhand. And again, backhand drives a lot of the times, some people are not their favorite thing to do. However, I come from tennis, my backhand is probably just as good as my forehand. I tend to hit it with two hands. I like the continental grip. Most of the guys will hit with the one hand. Some of the girls as well actually hit with the one hand. And that continental grip is the same grip that we had for the volleys and actually for the dinks with the underspin. So again, when we're talking about the backhand, it's no different than the forehand as far as our footwork and the follow through. We don't want to, and again, we don't want to overturn our hips, because the tendency is that the ball is going to get behind you. So we do want to keep a semi-open or semi-closed stance, because again, I am using my hips, I'm using my body to generate power versus trying to swing big. The other part of this stroke is when I make contact with the ball, I want to make sure that the ball stays in front of my knee. Sometimes when we take a big swing, the tendency is to open our hips early, and then the contact point is behind. Making sure that that contact point is out in front. And then again, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through with my swing. Some of you may have heard of the butterfly effect, butterfly on the backhand. What that means is that for the one-handers is that we open the wings. So as I go through, instead of just using one side of my body, which then again, as a right-hander would be your right side only, I'm using both. I'm going, left hand goes up, and they work as I'm opening my butterfly wings. So as I go through, I transfer my weight forward, and I open up my arms. People ask me all the time about this. If you've had a successful two-hand backhand in tennis and you don't take a huge swing at it, and your preparation can be sharpened, it can be shorter, stick to it. You'll see more and more tennis players coming into pickleball who have two-handed backhands. When I first started playing pickleball, people would tell me all the time, you gotta get away from that two-handed backhand. Now you see so many players doing with the two-handed backhand, and it has become something more acceptable, I guess. But again, I never listened to anybody, so it was not gonna be starting at that age. So again, the two-handed backhand is the same thing, but now I get help from my left arm to bring it through. Again, I have a longer grip for a reason. That's why I have a longer grip. So both of my hands can fit into the handle, and then I push through, okay? So we're gonna practice a few here. Again, they're gonna be hitting 4 of them. I'm gonna be paying close attention to make sure that you guys got good technique and that we are using both of our arms, even if it's 1 hand or 2 hands, and that we get a really good follow through. Okay, so here we go. That's it. Good. Oh, there's the 2-handed backhand. Good. Try to use that left arm as well. So go. Yeah, so that's too big, Kalindi. By the time, remember, ready at the bounce. Yeah. And then for you, Josh, perfect. So for you, Josh, is the part where, yes, I want you to stay longer with the ball versus getting rid of it quick. And for you, Michelle, is open your hips a little bit more, especially the left side. There you go. So open that left side. So when you're here, instead of closing here, and then you stuck, try to stay. So the ball comes, try to keep this part. See, now it goes through that way. All right, go ahead. There you go, Josh, holding it longer. That's it, there you go. So your left side of your hip stays open to the court longer. Good, Brett. Got it, open, yeah. So see how you turned a little too much? Try to stay open to the court just a little bit more. That's better, there you go, good. And again, the reason why I like is because I'm closer to you now. I can see what you're doing. Yeah, good. That's it, prepare earlier now, Kalindi. Good, same thing, Brad. So that wind is bringing that ball into you guys' body. Be ready earlier, that was better. Adjust, good. Ready at the bounce, go, go. Pedal ready earlier, even earlier. Pedal ready and go. There you go, solid. Better, that's it. So ready and swing, good. Ready, swing, better, that's it. Correct, the pedal face needs to stay through. That one was a little too open, Brad. See, that was the combining of the hips being a little close, a little too long. Good, better. Good, nice, right on the target. Good. So Michelle, now in order to get that ball to get lower, now I need you to transfer the weight like forward, yes. Same thing, Brad. Transfer that weight forward, go. That's a good slice, very nice. Go, good. Now, even earlier now. Like transfer that weight forward, good. Go, better, yeah. Because I need that ball to get, like, come under and then, like, get your left hand on top. Yeah, get your left hand on top of that ball. That's dropping a little bit. That's it, that a girl. Good. Got it. See the difference? Thank you for tuning in and see you next time on the courts.